I can't even feel the pen. Mm-mm. Okay, y'all. Ooh. Let me fix this wig. Let's fix the wig. Ah! Okay. Ooh, hi, y'all. I'm not even on here. I gotta start doing more lives on here. I know people be asking me over here eating a cold McMuffin too. You don't think I went outside for Sunday Sunday and got drunk? But I didn't. Mm. Oh, that was a big bite. Okay. I don't think I have nobody on here, but that's fine. I'm gonna try to do an hour on here. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, so we've been talking about after my divorce. A lot of people have been getting on me. They be asking like, "What do you do?" and all the extra good stuff, and I'd be like, "Oh, I just do a little bit of everything." Y'all know, if anybody knows me, I'm just like, I just do. I don't wait for people. If I have a vision and they're taking too long to make it done, I'm gonna do it myself. And I think that's what made people more so, how to put it, like insecure about me or jealous about that. I just do things and I just get the shit done. So yeah, I was like, okay, if anybody gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Like mama gonna get it done. Mhm. Mhm. Mm. I don't know why I'm eating it cold. Mm. Mhm. Mhm. See, I broke my nail at work. Okay. So yeah, the other day, I know if I'm gonna start going on this page so I can start telling people about this shit being real. Like after having my awakening and God revealing that my closest, the people that was closest to me was my biggest enemies. That really hurt my feelings. It really did. But I was like, okay, shit got to be said. Let me start talking about it. Let me start putting people on this game because I never paid attention to it until it started really happening to me. And when they say you go to a new level, there's new devils. And I was like, I know there's a level to it, but y'all, me coming to this level, and I don't even think I'm at a level yet. I feel like I'm just like in between, but coming to this level where I'm at now, I never seen I had so many haters before in my life. And they're just mad at me. Hey, they're mad at me for what? They mad at me for living my life. They mad at me for helping people out. They mad at me for starting a company. It really didn't even make a difference. And I was just like, God, I don't. I told God, I was like, I'm not even asking questions this season. Whoever is not of you and whoever means harm by me, please remove them. No questions asked. And that man been removing people left and right since what 2024. He just been boom, 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 boom. I was like, shoot, I can't even argue with you because I can get mad about how people are, but apparently they showed me who they were in the beginning, and I never really paid attention. So I'm gonna leave those little haters where they at in the past. Oh, thank you. So it was just a bunch of one of those little things that I've been learning left and right, y'all, since last year about the hate is real. I even caught my ex husband lurking on my page the other day. I was like, I thought I blocked all his pages. Well, he can go get a new one and follow me if he wants to, just so I can block that one. Hmm. Because, what? Like, why is he looking on my page? He sold me money. Run me my money. And I don't care if it was $1.15. Run me my money. One thing I learned a lesson for. I kept letting people play with me last year, like in the year before and all those years ahead of that. I kept letting people treat me like a fool. People talk about me. People cheated on me. People try to steal from me. People try to stop me from having my opportunities. People try to close doors on me. People try to delay my process. People try to do a lot. And I'm looking like I don't even know what I did to them specifically, but I didn't have to do nothing. Sometimes people will find a reason not to like you, period. And that's okay. but I used to be the biggest people pleaser back in the day. Well, up to recently. I used to be the biggest people pleaser up until recently, until 2025. And then that's when God had to be like, let me show you something real quick. And that's when God was like, let me reveal to you your haters so you can start seeing what you've been doing. I was like, okay, okay. So yeah, I should start calling people out about it. Who cheated on you? Oh, my ex-husband. He cheated on me continuously. Like if y'all okay, so we did divorce court in 2024, but it aired last year. So yeah. The funny part was he asked to take the lie detector test just so he can fail it. I was but we already knew he was cheating on me. It wasn't even that deep. I was just like, okay. Now, granted, I don't I still was cute. I think I still was my thing, but they always say you look better after you break up or like a revenge body. And I was like, I don't think it's technically that. I think it's more so I started when the minute I started dropping all that dead weight of people that was draining my energy and my time is the minute I started glowing up. Like my skin got clearer, my body weight started falling off technically because I've been working out for years, but apparently now it's just like coming in because of what ways, honey. Okay. And then I just felt lighter. I didn't feel heavy. I didn't feel a lot of drama. I felt good for once in my lifetime. I was like, my health was getting better. And I was just like, okay, if this is what divorce looks like, I'll get married and divorce somebody else. God was like, don't be doing all that. But like, I want you to show you that you was with the wrong person. And my ex-husband tried to be like, you told me you would never get a divorce. And I was like, I know, but you also said you wouldn't try to kill me again. And you did. So, I mean, to be fair, you cheated on me and tried to kill me. And you wasn't really good with finances. And it was just too much. So yeah. I chose me and my family, and I think that was the best decision I ever made. You want to? Okay, what about a little side? A little boop, a little boop. Okay, that's it. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so hi, is it Dag or Da? Can I read it right? Am I reading it right? Okay, y'all, excuse me. I got the burps and my nose is itching all day today. Like the tip of my nose has just been itching. What does that mean? I know it means something, but anywho. So it was just like a lot of stuff that I've been learning since my divorce and since I've been losing friends left and right too. So I was just like, okay, but I'm not here to chase. You want to marry me? I don't. Well, I do want to get married again. Don't get me wrong. Oh, 555. I was like, I would love to get married again. I said it this season though, I don't know, because these guys ain't really talking about nothing for real, for real. And I'm about my money, and they want me to stop what I'm doing to entertain them. And I'm looking like that's cute and all, but no, I'm not doing that shit again. I've already done it before. I think I sacrificed a lot to be in that marriage. I dang near closed my business. Why did my ex left me? My ex didn't leave me. I divorced him because he tried to take my life. You know, my ex-boyfriend I blocked though. It was just one of those things I had to have a life lesson learned, and it was cool. But everybody wants me to be like sad about it and cry about it, and just some people get divorced and their whole life is over, and I'm looking like, yeah, no, I've never been a person like let me look at the sadder side of life. I just never been. I like to look at the happier side. So yeah, I mean, I laugh at it now, like, yeah, he tried to kill me a few times, but hey, I made it through. Yes, he punched me in the face a few times, but hey, I made it through. And I know it sounds weird when I say it like this, but I tell people, I was like, I spent enough years crying and doing all that, boo-hooing, yada, yada. Like, no, me and God talked about it. I went to therapy. I got I've moved past it. So now that I think back at it, I was like, I'm happier than I ever been out of my entire life dating all these bummies back in the day. So yeah, I'm good. I'm really good. And there's nothing wrong with me being happy. There's nothing wrong with me stating I wanted a divorce. I was just in an unhealthy relationship and it was toxic. And I was just like, we shouldn't, just because we got married and we did vows in front of God does not mean that we can't break them. Okay, no, y'all think that makes people go crazy. I don't think so. 88. Okay, all these angel numbers are coming in. Well, you know what they do say, the girls that are crazy got the best meow. They say that, but I don't think I'm crazy. No, like I can get crazy as a Pisces if I want to, but no, I don't. Like I'm not. I'm not about that life. Was I the breadwinner? Possibly, yeah. I would say yes because I was the entrepreneur and worker, so I'm a hustler. I had started my business right a little bit right after we got married, and I had my full time job. We had just bought a house, and it was COVID, so yeah, we were. And I just think that I mean he was okay. He was just a content person, so I just think he just never had a drive to do a lot of extra stuff. I am a person that I like money. I like to travel. I like to go eat places. I like to do things, and then I was used to it. So, and plus my kids, I want to make sure they didn't have to want or need for anything. I mean, even if I couldn't, if I didn't have it, I'll go find a way to hustle to go get this money, this money, so my kids can be good. So yeah, you said she not. I can't even read what you're saying. Your mom is a Pisces. Is that what you're saying? Okay, yeah, I'm a Pisces. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of men are lazy. You know what? That was my first marriage, and then I was single when I went on a podcast the other day. I stated that he was like, "So you gave a pity marriage," and I was like, "I guess so," because I was single already, and then he was just there. He kept pursuing me for 6 months, and I was kind of like, dodging it, because I knew him from church, and I was just like, "Yeah, I heard about I know I heard about you, so yeah." But I kept it pushing, and I moved forward, and I let it go. But he kept pursuing me, so I let it be. Um, I just say it was a life lesson learned. God kind of gave me a little warning signals beforehand, but I still went through with it, even though, like, right before the wedding, I was just like terrified. 3 days, I told my mom something doesn't feel right. It did not feel right. I wasn't trusting my intuition. Everybody told me it was like nerves, wedding nerves, and I was like, that it didn't feel right. And then the podcast, he was like, were you ever in love with him? I said no, never in love. And I was like, that's sad because I want to be in love with my husband. I want to be treat him like my best friend. And I think after we said I do, then my ex husband kind of changed a little bit. We didn't want to do this. He didn't want to do this. I'm looking like we didn't discuss this ahead of time. So why are you changing up on me now? And don't be trying to change. They say women change when you get married. So do men. Men change when you get married too. And I was like, I'm pretty much the same. I'm just like, now we can do even more fun stuff and do and he was just like, he was trying to tone me down. And I'm trying to be like, let's explore. So yeah, it was just like, we were together since 2015. And then our divorce is finalized 2024. So about 9 years total. And we were married for about almost 6 years, about 5.5. I would say the cheating probably started. Well, he cheated beforehand, and he cheated pretty much the whole time. I mean, but I would say after our marriage, maybe about a year or two and 2 years into it. I don't know. You know how men feel like you ignored them, but I was like, I'm working hard to keep a roof over our head or do the extra little things and show off for family members and try to stay up there with the Joneses. So yeah, I worked a lot. But like I still don't that don't mean I ignored him. And so we all have to play our role and we all have to hold ourselves accountable. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to figure out what I was doing in that relationship. So yeah, I went to therapy before I filed, and I did ask a couple of friends before I filed for divorce, married and single. I tried to involve his parents. I was like, look, me and him are not on the same page. I need y'all to talk to him. They said they were gonna talk to him. I don't know if they did. Who cares at this point? I'm free. I'm free. Me. I'm free. I'm free. You said, am I a what? What? You be asking some questions. Y'all be asking some questions on here. You think I'm juicy? I am thick, but thank you. Um. So yeah, I don't know. I think that everything that happened needed to happen for a reason. It was a life lesson learned. And, mama had to start being realistic about it. Like, okay, these mofos are crazy out here, but it is what it is. Do I want to get married? Hell yeah, I do. I think I think there's one person for each person out here. There's always a match. I just Oh, I hope I find it one day. I would love to have a real like love story, but like this day and age dating, that the joke's on me. Some of these guys need help. The females need help. I'm looking like y'all all need help. Just leave me out of it. Oh, hey, hon. You like my videos? Okay. I just like to dance. I think it's fun. Ooh, 12, 12. Y'all know I love to dance. I like to dress up. I like to have different looks. That's just me. That's just something I like to do for fun. Now, what I am going to start doing, because everybody's been asking me, is for my content for bartending and teaching people how to make extra money in that field, in the service industry. Because I made a career out of service industry, and I used to make about 70K plus a year. So yeah, it was some good money. Do we have kids together? No, me and my ex husband did not have kids together. He didn't want any. I had my kids previous when I was younger. Well, I had my daughter in high school and I had my boys in my 20s. Me and her dad did not work out. We don't need to ask why. He cheated too. He had a baby on me. So that's what it was. And then I mean we were younger, so it wasn't. And we broke up. Like normal 20-some-year-olds. And we had a what is it? We co-parent. He gets on my nerves. He's blocked this year. He was blocked last year. It's going. We renewed the blocking to 2026 until he learned to leave me alone. Like we don't. Our kids are damn near grown at this point. I'm like, just dude, like leave me the hell alone. That's all. Just leave me the hell alone. That's all I ask. I'm too funny. Well, you know what? I try to look at life like I laugh at my pain, and like it is what it is. Like shit happens. People do stupid things, but what goes around comes back around. So I do believe in karma. So I just be sitting there like talking shit and watching the karma go back around. You're like, Nanny, I told you so. What's not right about what story? Oh, so my kid's father, my boy's father, I was just talking about, but then I have an ex husband. My ex husband and I did not have children. Now, what story are you talking about? Now, tell me. Or did you come in at a different time? Oh, me and my ex husband? Is that what story you're talking about? Let me know. So I just think that without the relationships in my life before this, you said your ex had a baby trying to say she was having it for her aunt. Really? Is that a thing? I mean, it's a thing, I know, but so was it her baby or was it the aunt's? Is it like was she like the aunt pay for? Because people pay for what is it called? Surrogates. That's different. I never heard of that. I've never. I ain't gonna say fixed. I try to stop me from having kids like after my third one because number one, I can pop out babies left and right. They offer me to be a surrogate and they offer for me to sell my eggs. I was extremely fertile. I'm extremely fertile now still, and I'm in my 40s. But I choose like I can't have any kids. The factory's closed, but I can have a surrogate if I wanted to. But no, my factory is done. So she got pregnant by her ex, but she said she was having a baby for her aunt. Now that's a good story. Now that really is. That's like some Jerry Springer, or the Steve type stuff. That's what Amari. So like, so your child is your aunt slash your cousin slash your daughter. That's what it sounds like. You was taking care of her and the baby. Are you serious? Man, you a good man. What happened when you found out? What you do about it? What you do about it? Hi Trey. What you do? Oh, so okay. So how did you find out? Did something like pop up or like what happened? You gotta give us the deeds. Like what is the story? Like story time. I love a good story. Okay, so like, let me tell you, when I had my last son, me and her dad was not together, but he brought our son over, and it was around Christmas time, and Trey Songz was on that new album. I bet these neighbors heard my name one, and they had a bottle of Ciroc, and then that's when our second son was born. And I still chose to be single throughout that pregnancy because I would rather be single than deal with the bullshit. Like me and my kid's father, we don't really have a lot of issues. He don't like me, but it is what it is. He chose to have kids with me, so well, he don't like that I'm a freestyle parent. He's like a control type, and I'm like, no, I understand, but I'm still like them. I'm like, don't play with me. I will beat your, I'll beat your behind down type. But anywho, but we co-parent really good for a minute, and he started getting in his little thing. I don't know. They have their little spurts. And then I was like, you know what? I ain't got to deal with it this season. So he been blocked since last year. Now, if he wants to get unblocked this year, he was like, well, you're going to talk to me nicer. You're going to do this. I ain't got to deal with you at all. Our last son is 15. I don't have to. I mean, I pay for the cell phone bill, so I can just talk to my kids when I want to. I don't need to talk to you. All the men I dated were terrible. No, I mean, no, like me and my daughter's dad, we weren't really together. We just ended up having her in high school. We were young. And then my boy's father, he's a Gemini. I'm a Pisces. So we were cool at first, but then we'll butt heads. But he was just cheater. That's it. But we'll have some weird arguments and fights. But you're 20 something. When you're young, y'all had stupid fights. One time I even hit him up on the back with a what's it called? Vacuum cleaner. Because he punched a hole next to my head on the wall. We were arguing about something. He punched a wall next to me, and hit him on the back with a vacuum cleaner. It sounds. My son was like, I remember. I was like, you were two. How you remember that? But that's when we were breaking up, and I would. You know why? He locked me out the house. We were already in the process of breaking up, about to move out, and he locked me out the house when I went out with my girls, and I couldn't get into my own house. But they're 20 something, so we just you do dumb things at 20 something. You laugh at it now. I don't think I've had a really good successful relationship. No. I ain't gonna say successful. I'm gonna say like that didn't cause me drama or didn't cheat. No, all of them cheated. My ex-boyfriend, I don't think he cheated. I think he just ghosted me so he can go be with the other woman. I guess. I don't know. I blocked him though. So God told me to block him, so I did. You was 4 years in the relationship and somebody told you from TikTok? Now that's a Maury. That's a Maury type shit. It don't sound like I like toxic relationships. I attracted toxic relationships because I wasn't aware of. I guess I wasn't aware of myself and what I was deserving of. So no, it's not that I like it. Yeah, but when you're younger, we date, we just do weird things and stupid things, and we don't value ourselves. We don't know, you know what I'm saying? We just And granted, I don't think I was like now I'm very aware, but you're when I had my daughter at 16, so that's teenager stuff. But me and her dad was never together. We just had her the first time we did something. My boy's father, we were together for about a year, 2 years. Had to leave it alone. And then like a couple of years later, we had the other one. That was just that one time, and then we end up having him. And which is cool. I don't think I attract toxic. Oh yeah, I was attracting toxic. I don't think I was like opening my arms for a toxic relationship. No. Sometimes you get, I guess, stuck with it, or people take your kindness or weakness, or take advantage of your kind heart or whatever. I don't know. It's life. I learn from it. We've all been in relationships that are like, ugh. I just wasn't aware of the person I am today. But I think that's what had to happen. God was like, you're going to stop doing this. We're not going to keep going through the same patterns. So that's why he gave me my awakening last year, so he can show me the patterns that I was attracting, and the men that I was attracting, and the things that I was attracting that I did not want to attract. So it's levels to this, and understanding it and moving and growing from it. Like, I chose to have my kids because I chose to have them. Like, did I want kids? No. But guys told me that's what I needed. And actually, they ended up being the best things I could ever ask for. So I never regret that or never question that at all. Now, certain circumstances I would have loved to change, but we're not all aware at a certain age. We learn from our mistakes and we grow from them. I've dated some good dudes. Don't get me wrong, I've dated some good dudes. I ain't gonna say I've had full blown relationships with them, but like there are a few dudes I dated that like 3 or 4 or 6 months that we had really good relationships. They just didn't want anything serious after, they kind of just liked it where we're at because I was younger, so they didn't want to commit. So, and then I ran into my ex husband, which I grew up in church with him. So, but he was there. So, I mean, he wanted to travel with me. I thought it was cute to spoil him, and we go travel together. And I had somebody to do something with. So I told him I don't want to wait longer than a year or two to get engaged, and then no more than a year or two to get married. So I pretty much stated what I wanted, and yeah, and then we got married. Yeah, we did everything that the culture tells us to do. But I still was missing something. I still wasn't satisfied, and it was like they're happy because they're fulfilling a purpose. But I was like, there's something more to this. I don't think marriage should be this unhealthy. Because I told me and my ex husband was a Gemini too. Why we don't need to argue this much? What we need to argue? It's like I think he enjoyed arguing, and I was like, I don't want to argue anymore. It's draining. But he didn't like me either, so you keep saying sometimes I'm attracted to it, but you're trying to put it on me. No, I was not attracted to toxic relationships. Sometimes we attracted because that's what we think we deserve, but you can't tell me that I was attracted to toxic people. No. Sometimes you deal with what you end up with. I don't know how to put it, but you can say anything like men and women now can say, "Oh, it's your fault for cuz this and this." No, it's just sometimes shit happens. Do I want to be a wife? I will be again when I find the right partner. And then, yeah, you're right. Arguing is really unhealthy. Some people just like to argue. Some people think it's cute. Oh, excuse me. I just think it's draining. You know what? As I got older, because when you're younger, you're like, I want to argue. I'm gonna argue to prove your point because y'all both want to be right, or somebody wants to be right. Somebody wants to win the argument, so it can be like the bragger rights type thing. But at the end of the day, y'all are arguing for what? you know, when you look at it now. But as I got older, I didn't want to argue, and I'm looking like, no, I'm good. I just, I chose to say to myself, I'll be quiet. I shut the F up, and I shut down. Do y'all want to be a wife or married? That's the same thing. Well, it's not the same thing. I understand what you're saying, but I do plan on finding my partner in purpose. I do plan on getting married. And I do plan on having a husband, which I will be his wife, and we'll be best friends, and we will be able to communicate. We might not agree on everything, but we can agree to disagree. We can learn how to set up healthy boundaries to communicate with it, and then we can move forward. But I don't think that if you're with the person that you're supposed to be with, aligned with, it shouldn't be that hard. Because yeah, sometimes marriage is harder because sometimes you got to put the work in. Sometimes you might fall out of love for 2 seconds, and then you back in love, and you fall out of love. It's just but that's just depending on, I guess, the person you're with. There's couples that I've known that got married at a shorter time, and they've been together ever since, and they don't really have a lot of issues. And there's some people I know that have been married 30, 40 years. They had their ups and downs, and they're married, and they're going to work through with it. It just depends what partner you find. Thank you, Bao. Is it Ballo? Balo? I think people want to argue because they want to be right. I just feel like people want to be right in any situation. So yeah, sometimes if you got to compromise, okay, fine, you're right. That feeds their ego, but it never gets done. You know what I'm saying? Like, my ex husband's like, I don't want to argue, but he'll hold grudges. He would just hold on and hold on and hold on. If I did something, he wouldn't tell me, and then he would dislike me for it. And then I was like, here we go again. So you will build it up, you will build up, build up, build up, and then take it out on me. No. You do fall out of love with your spouse. Not like some people are in love and some people love each other. So when you're in love, you can fall out of love and then back in love again. But you don't mean you stop loving them. You love them to an extent, yeah. But doesn't mean like you're in love with them. Sometimes it happens in marriages. Because some days I might think about we've been together forever and I've looked at you for a good few years. I'm looking like, ugh, they get on my nerves. But you know what? That might not be for everybody. I don't know. I've never experienced somebody that, like I'm just like, oh, that's my boo, No. That's why I said, oh, buy low. Okay, I like that. That's different. Your parents knew each other 3 months before they got married? 3? Interesting. And they've been married 47 years? I like stuff like that. I love little conversations. Like I was like, I would like to somebody to understand that. I like to talk shit. I love talking shit and I love being goofy and I love just being me. And I don't want nobody trying to change it. I think the man that tries to come in my life try to change that. He's taking a piece of me away, and then I think that's where I'm not going to give in, because you take me as I am or don't take me at all. The same way we take in the men as they are. It should be the same on the other foot. If your wife ever tells you that she's not in love with you, you're done. You can't be serious. You got an ego, don't you? Mm-hmm. Not been through. How long y'all been married? Because that makes a difference. Because your wife can love you, yes. But being in love and being like loving somebody is totally different. Because there's the emotion. It comes with emotions. I don't think my husband was in love with me in the first place. Because okay, so I'm telling you, it's a difference. Just because they're not in love with you does not mean they do not love you. If that makes sense. Like my ex, like my kid's father, I had loved him in a way, but we're not together. Do I have love for him because he's the father of my children? Yes, we had a relationship at one time, and that was it. But I was not in love with him. And in love is like that feeling, like knowing that you're with your person and your mate. Sometimes people who've been married for years and been together for a while fall in and out of love. It's just normal. Oh, y'all been married 16 years. So she might be in love with you. Everybody's different, but you're sitting here trying to critique how people are supposed to be in love or not in love. If she, I don't think your spouse would tell you that they're not in love with you. No, but I did tell my ex, I was like, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. And I had to learn that my delivery wasn't that well back then as it could have been. But we all live and we learn and we grow from it. You have love for somebody, but doesn't mean you have to be in love with them. Like y'all being married for 10 years, was there ever a time that you really hated her guts, or like you wasn't messing with her for real, for real? Because sometimes men do that. Sometimes women don't do it. I'm not stating it for everybody. I'm just saying, like, it's life. If you ever told me that my cheating or leaving, what? You have love for a homeboy or work friends. Okay, then that's you. Oh, you must like to argue. Do you and your wife argue a lot? Because you're kind of being like back and forth with me, like I'm supposed to. Baby, you do you. You know what I'm saying? However your marriage works. If y'all been together this long, and y'all still in love, congratulations. Like that's a good flex. But I don't know why you need to argue about it with me. Like, what you want me to say? No, everybody's in love. No, I've seen plenty of marriages where people love each other. Don't mean they're in love with each other. That's what I've experienced. I don't know what you've experienced, but this is just me. Hey, Sam. You like, it's like you're getting mad at somebody for, well, no, I wouldn't be with somebody if they said they weren't in love with me. Look, it's life. There's a lot of loveless relationships there is right now. So It is what it is. Just saying. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Oh, I keep taking bites. My day going. Oh, it's a random lie. Oh no, yeah, I haven't really do. I don't really do lives on YouTube. I usually do my lives on TikTok. A lot of them follow my stories since I left my ex husband. A lot of people follow my story, so when I talk about it here, look, like I love marriage. I think marriage is. I know something I am striving for this next season, but all the stuff that God had put me through, I had to learn it. I had to relearn it. I had to relearn to love myself. I had to relearn to set boundaries. I had to relearn how to love somebody healthy in a healthy manner. I had to relearn how to be a wife, and that's going to change a little bit as I grow, and in whoever I end up marrying. So because you can be one way now, and then I can meet the man of my dreams, and we end up getting married, and then I can start evolving into something that we're meant to be together. So I just play it by ear, I guess. I don't know. I told Jesus I don't want to be single for too long because mama tired. This dating is not for the weak, and I ain't got time to date either because I'm like I told people I'm over it. Okay, you said marriage they should be growing, but no, should not. Oh, not mean we should waste time. Well, yeah, I mean if you're not in love, but I tell people, okay. So I was raised in a church, and they always instilled into us, once you get married, you fight through it because you see how the couples last. Those are old school couples. That's old school days. Back in the day, y'all had to make it work, and y'all pushed through it, and y'all survived it, and y'all back in love again. You know what I'm saying? Like they went through some things. This day and age, I was like, I shouldn't have to feel guilty about getting a divorce. I felt guilty about getting a divorce even after the man tried to take my life. And I didn't even call the cops on him. And that made me feel even more guiltier. And then I resented myself for staying. And like, I was like, I told him I wasn't going back until he went to therapy, but he didn't really go to therapy. He didn't even care about it. He didn't think that he was doing anything wrong. So I let him be. I was like, I told God, if you can take me out this situation, like I'll be more than grateful. And God's like, give me a little bit time. He did. We waited about a year and a half, and then I had that emergency surgery out of the blue. And after that emergency surgery, when I woke up, I said I was never going to waste another day in my life being unhappy, being in a relationship that didn't make sense, being with somebody who's just selfish, and being with somebody who doesn't care about my life or my kids' life. So yeah, I moved around. Then I told my ex-husband I wanted a separation. And that was a hard few months right there before we sold the house because I had to wake up with him hovering over me, act like he was going to punch me in my face. I had to put a knife under my pillow. It was like, people try to force their presence. So it was like that. And he was trying to put fear in me. And I don't like sleeping that way. I didn't feel safe at all. I told my homegirl, my mom, I had these code words. If I text you this code word, they knew to call 911. So yes, I did go to therapy before we like I started therapy while I was doing the separation. Oh no, I didn't cheat. He cheated. I mean, people ask me why I did not cheat. I just chose. I That's not what I wanted to do. There's no point of playing tit for tat and oh, let me get one up on him. No, I'm just not. I just it was not going to. So yeah, people was like, well, I want to cheat. I want to do. I was like, two wrongs don't make a right, and I definitely didn't want to step outside of my marriage and be like, oh yeah, no, no, don't get me twisted. Like towards the separation, entertain a couple people in your DM. That's about it. I ain't gonna say entertain, but like Somebody will say thank you. Like somebody was like, "You're beautiful." I'm like, "Thank you." Like, "How's your day?" It's going good, and that'll be about it. I didn't take it to a level like, I'm starting a relationship, nothing of that nature. No, but sometimes you gotta pour into yourself, and I think in a marriage, y'all have to evolve together and grow together. And if they're the same, the other person is not on the same page, then y'all might not align as you should. But I noticed the difference of me now and then. I was working out. I was still hustling, grinding. I was doing everything I needed to do, like the same, but I wasn't getting the results I needed. Things were not aligning the way they needed to because I was not with the right person. And I had to understand that. So God was already telling me that He wasn't the right one in the beginning. It was just me trying not to listen and trying to be somewhat of a good wife, child, mother. Because like me and my kids got their own house. They had their own rooms. That was my big thing. They got their own rooms. And am I a millennial? I'm an 80s baby. Is that the millennials? I thought what are we called? I'm an 80s baby. Because my daughter's a millennial. She was born in 2000, right? Or is that am I not thinking about it? So it was just the way I was raised. It was the way I was taught. And I did ask questions. I've always asked questions. I've always been the one to be like, nah, if it don't feel right, I don't want to do it. But people like, they kind of like guided me or gave me a little nudge, like, Ish, you're just being you. You're good. So yeah. Am I starting over? Yeah. So like I'm 41. Cool. I had just had my awakening last year. Cool. Stepped out on faith and quit my job of 20 years. Cool. Lost everybody around me damn near. Family. I lost my closest, bestest of friends. I just started losing people. Like I told people, this Christmas was my loneliest season I've ever felt. I have my mom and my sister down here, and like I have a very few friends, and that was about it. But sometimes you can't do it. Like, what I'm saying? We can't move the way we need to with people holding us back. And I had to understand that. I had to understand that it was okay to leave people behind. Because I want to take everybody with me. Yes, I'm 41. I want to take everybody with me. I wanted everybody to be on board. I wanted everybody to support me. I wanted everybody to come together as a whole so we can really, create a force. And it didn't happen that way. The joke was on me. So like last year was my first time actually blocking people. And then I started off with my ex-husband. He was the first block because he stopped paying me the life insurance. Like he asked me not to do it, to take it off. But he stopped paying on it. And he just left me with the bill. And he was like, since you're talking about me on social media, tell social media to pay for it. I was like, how old are you again? I was like, okay. Okay, but yep, you already know it. Why you already asking the question? You already know. I'm about to live life to the fullest with no fucking regrets. You want to know why? Because I spent my entire life conditioned to how society told me I needed to act, how I needed to dress, how I needed to move, how I need to make my money, how I need to love, who I should be with, versus me just listening to my intuition and my thoughts and how I was supposed to go. Yeah, I'm about to live life like it's no tomorrow. You need to tell your uncle about me. He's 38. So he was holding me back. I just think he was a life lesson learned. I'm not gonna say he was holding me back because I'm not nobody's grandmother. But are you trying to throw shade? Yeah, I'm not old enough to be somebody's grandmother. Oh, you must be a hater. Oh, okay. Well, you can go stand in the corner, and when you got something nice to say, you can come back out. Okay. But yeah, it was just like one of those things. I was like, you know what? I've always questioned things. I've always been curious. I'm just like, I asked my mama why this happened in church, why that had to happen, this and this. And she was like, just mind your business, child, mind your business. So this past couple of years, God's kind of been nudging at me. What is starting over for me? Well, I don't have my house. We sold the house because he was like he said over his dead body that I couldn't stay in it. So cool. We sold the house. We did that, and then starting over is just starting over. But I'm starting over from scratch, I would say, because I told you I quit the job at 20 years. He said, "How long you guys in the corner?" um, I quit my job over 20 years. I try to tell people like this stepping out on faith stuff. When God starts talking to you, that it's just real. I divorced my ex-husband. I divorced my kids, and that's just doing all the extra stuff like going to every single sports game. I was just so busy. I didn't even have time to think about breathing. So I was just all over. So I divorced my kids, and then I know I had to divorce my job. That was the last thing I had to divorce. And then I had to start from scratch. So I quit my job of 20 years last year. I've never felt better before in my life. And it was just because I ain't gonna say it was holding me back, but it was delaying my purpose. So the minute I let that shit go, I'm sorry, ish go, is the minute that God stopped playing with about me and he started showing me what my purpose was and how he was gonna make my glow up be, for real in front of others that tried to tear me down. So I think some people might know that they're delaying you and just, disturbing your peace, delaying your purpose, trying to distract you from what you're supposed to be doing. Some people know what they're supposed to be doing. That's what they do. And it's up to you to understand it. But when I tell you that this, like last year, the last few years have been eye opening, yeah. You said traveling? Oh, yeah, I love to travel. Now, I have not traveled in a year, so I feel a little off because I didn't, but I'm cutting back on spending money just to invest right now. So I'm trying to save every penny I can to invest. And that means cutting off getting my nails done, getting my hair done. I just be wearing these wigs for right now. Cutting, like I haven't brought any outfits. I just kind of redo my little outfits here and there because I'm really big on, I really want to go investing because that's what I want to do in the first place. A few years back, right at COVID, I was telling everybody I ended up saving like 10K. I was like, let's invest, let's do this. And nobody was really about that life. And I'm like, I'm surrounded by people that don't do, and I like that doesn't work well for me because I'm a do like I'm a big risk taker. I like to start businesses. I love to learn. It's just like I'm just one of those. I'm a true entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and a lot of people wasn't on that level, and I felt like it was holding me back, but I couldn't blame them because if they're gonna help you, they're gonna help you. If they want to work with you, they're gonna work with you, right? But all along, God was telling me I need to do it by myself. So I think I would have a better, not understanding. I would have more appreciation for me doing it by myself than having somebody else help me. Now it's more like, okay, they didn't choose to help me. Cool. Bet. Say less. If that makes sense. Right now, I just started a production company, so I'm just waiting on stuff. And then that looks like it's a waiting process. Like, I did 2 movies, submitted them to like streaming apps, and that took a little minute and time and resources. So right now, I just do side jobs until all the other stuff takes off. I make a little money off of social media, like TikTok lives and stuff like that. So I bartend, and I don't know how to explain it, like virtual auctions. I don't know how to explain it. I do a little bit of that. Other than that, I just be hustling. I have a child graduating this year. You said leave wherever I'm at and go now. Go where? I have my son graduating this year. I'm in Houston. Okay, I got big business and it's not there. Well, you think, well, no, I don't know. I do want to move out of town. No lie, I do. But I don't know. I'm craving for a fresh start and something new. I think a lot of people get big in a different city and then they go back to their city. Houston is okay. Houston's clicked up. It is. There are a lot of gatekeepers. They feel like they're everybody. Well, they're like Atlanta. I feel like everybody feel like I'm the star, I'm the creative, I'm this, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not looking for that type of tribe. I'm looking for the people who are actually like, hey, let's work together, let's collab, let's do this project. Hey, I know you write. Hey, I know you create. You got any concepts you want to, let put me on? And then that way I can get a producer and director because I don't like doing all this stuff. I like to be behind the scenes. You said God, I mean, God is telling me, but He hasn't told me where to go. But I do want to make sure my son's graduated. He has a few more months before his graduation. So I'm going to make sure that one's at least good. The other one, he's in ninth grade. We got time, but this one, I want to make sure he's graduated. That's one sacrifice I'm willing to make. So, yeah. He graduates this May. You said, I need guidance. And why do you feel like I need guidance? He said, Uncle Earl. And why do you feel like I need guidance? Let's talk about it. Coming from a man who says that he will leave his wife if she says she wasn't in love with you. You say I need direction. Look, okay, I want y'all to understand this. People have opinions. That's it. You can flush them down the toilet like the rest of the shit. Okay? I'm just saying. I don't need direction. I need help. I know I need help, like a team. Other than that, no. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm doing it little by little, but it's me as an individual person. So I am an independent filmmaker. That means I literally write the scripts, I create the concepts. I've been doing the directing. I've been doing the producing. I've been doing the catering. I do the prop setups, and I got like one or two camera people that I use, and then I get the actors. I do the casting calls. It's a lot for one person as a single mother to do it. So yes, sometimes I do need help. Don't mean I need the guidance and I need direction. I need a team, and I will get that when we're getting. I just started this company. It's only been a few months. So yes, baby steps. You know what? Houston's always been like that. Like, I mean, granted, I was raised out here. I'm from Ohio. But since the minute I've been out here, I've seen the clicks, I've seen the gatekeeping. It's just weird. No, I'm not saying everybody needs guidance. I know, but like we talked to God. Like, okay, God called me to start this production company. That's not something I wanted to do. I did tell God I wanted to be in entertainment. And I told him I want to help people. So voila. I started this production company. Do I understand why? Like, I ain't gonna say understand why. I don't understand why I'm doing it, but I'm trying to ask him, how am I supposed to get what I need to get done? It doesn't have to look like everybody's production company. It doesn't have to look like the same thing as the next. But like for me and him, he's one guy to me, and we'll go day by day. I do have it written down as I go. It's just more so about executing each part. But for me being an individual person, I made two movies within 1 year, and that's why I said it's the alignment, because I made it two movies in 1 year, and everything aligned as it should have. Granted, I had a couple of hiccups on my last movie, and people try to throw shade. They try to cancel me the last minute of day of recording. The other camera guy was talking smack to me because I'm a female, and I'm looking like, well, I'm the one paying the checks. So I have a vision. I don't ever question nobody on their vision. Don't question me on mine. We all have our own creative aspects. Just do what I ask. That's it. Oh, I know. I understand what you're saying. I know God's guiding me. I got it. Thank you, Emmanuel. Oh, you sound beautiful, Sam. Thank you. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. I think I'm cute. Like cute face, thin waist, widow, big behind. I need a dime. That's top of the line. Cute face, thin waist, widow, big behind. Okay, let me stop. I always think it like a little, you know. um, yeah, y'all. I can't even explain it. It's like when I was okay. Let me tell you. At the awakening, God took me all the way back to childhood, and I was like, "Why are we bringing up my childhood?" Because remember when you were young, and we had the biggest dreams in the world, and we was just free and we didn't care. Like, I'm gonna be an astronaut, or I'm gonna be a firefighter. I wanted to be Flojo, the track star, because she had long weave and long nails, and she ran really fast. I wanted to be Flojo, and then I wanted to be Oprah. But I always wanted to entertain. I didn't know exactly what I didn't know. I know I didn't want to be an actress. No, but I like entertaining. So when God took me back to like why am I starting this production company, he pretty much guided me to show me like you've always wanted to be in entertainment. You love helping people. And I think my biggest goal is to hire people. I think that's what I'm excited about getting the contracts for and the grants is to hire people. Um, Older people, younger people, people who have interests, who don't really know how to even get started in the industry. Like I'm coming into the industry, I'm not trying to be nobody's threat. I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to understand the process of it, but I do want to get these movies out because they're stories, my stories, people life stories, and we are turning it into movies and in little series. So yes, so people were jealous of me. You said congratulations on believing in you can do something. Oh, thank you. You know what? It wasn't easy, but I think that's where people was looking at me like either I ain't gonna say they're low key jealous, but they're a little bit low key hating because they're like, who is she and how come she get? They always say it's pretty privilege or something. I was like, no, I just think it's alignment because when God talks, you have to listen. I'm not trying to take nobody's spot. I'm not trying to just. Sometimes people just pop up and they can become famous, and sometimes it happens. But that was their destiny, not yours, and there should be no reason to be jealous or insecure or worry about you putting time in. You have your season and your time when it's your time, and I had to understand it. God told me my time is now. We're getting it started, and I'm like, I was trying to find it hard to believe, and I was like, really, me? He's like, yes, start believing in yourself, because my entire life I had people surrounded by me that just tore me down and told me to stay in a little box. What was my motivation to create movies? Well, you know what's funny? The guy who asked me to be in his movies, me and him was talking. I was like, yeah, I love writing. He was like, okay, let's write a script. Okay, I wrote the script. And I said, hey, it's done. He was like, I thought we were going to write it together. I said, I already wrote it. You can add some stuff and change it. And then he was like, he kind of got me started. And I was like, okay. I started going over stories 2024. And I just started in 2024 writing again. But I came up with Biker and a Beauty and Exceptional Jealousy. Those took me a couple of months. But yeah, Biker and a Beauty is going to be a drama thriller, which is good. And then I just started writing it, but each movie has a piece of my life story into it, so that's what makes it dope. How do I get funding for my movies? I use social media. So you can apply for grants, you can do like a crowdfunding, GoFundMe. I actually just I got on my social media. I had a little smaller following, but I went on there and I asked people to donate, and I text everybody, hey, can you donate $5, $10? I'm good. How are you? And I did, I just asked, and people actually be looking at your social media. You'd be surprised who's actually looking. I'm just a person like I'm gonna shoot my shot. So I shot my shot online, and I actually ended up having some people came invested in my movie. Not like a lot of money, but yeah. So my first movie, it was a $0 budget. We used my house. I used my barbershop that my kids are going to. The people around the corner, they let me use their place for free. And that's why it's so important for me to even get the movies onto a streaming app so it can be seen. So I can be like, look, I did this with a $0 budget. But I had clients and people, and I sent out messages, and I ended up raising about $2,000 within a week or so to pay that people for just for that movie. The second one, I had investors come in from online. They saw my social media. They asked me how much I need, and people just kind of started donating. But that budget was under 5K. So yeah, for the other movies this season, yeah, I need 50K for Biker and a Beauty. I know I need a good million for the like I ain't gonna say a good million, like 20 plus million for my Mr. Perfect, my Beyond the Blessing, my faith based movie. We'll see. I need to see what we're looking at as far as locations. I'm not done writing that yet. So that all plays a role. So who can work for me? I'm looking for everybody. I don't have nobody on my team. It's just me. Well, I do have one camera guy. Sometimes I don't know how he really feels. They say, they stay there down, but he still wants to work his 9 to 5. And I'm looking like once I get started and I book these and I get the money, the funding, it's go time. I want to be able to. I think like on my paper I wrote, I want to be able to hire 10 people This year, I would be excited just to hire 3. If I can hire 3 full-time employees, that would be a big flex for me. And that's somebody who like, hey, you can quit your job. Let's go. If you're ready to step out on faith, let's go. So I need like an assistant. I need producers. I need directors. I need a sound tech. I need somebody who can do the editing. Or if I can get like a little group. I need like artists, actors more so. I know I can find those because people. We can always do that. I do everything myself. So for the movies, I have my camera guy. He ended up editing it. Me and him made a contract for he's gonna get a certain percentage, and then he did the second movie. And when I got the money, I hired a second camera person because we needed that. So this next project, like Biker and Beauty, what I need about 30 to 50K for, I'm gonna hire a production company. But I will hire excuse me, I will hire probably just an assistant and then a day of like the day of filming for extra people here and there, like a stage person to come stage the locations, make sure the actors and actresses have whatever they need, that type of thing. You said you could work for me? Are you in Houston? Because right now I do a lot of content, and I'm about to start getting ready to start asking for money for this other big project. You said get at you. I'm serious. I need people who actually want to work. So if I said, hey, I got this vision. I don't have any money right now but if we come together, can we split the funds from the back end or something of that nature? That's how I've been pretty much rolling. And I still get money. I try to do like gas or $100 gift cards, whatever I get, I give. But yeah, I need a production company, yes. But I want to have like a few different ones. I do have a couple people on my roster that I'm going to use when I secure money, like when I secure funding. But I want to know what their distribution looks like. I'm the businesswoman. I like business. So I like to write, I like to create, but I don't want to be the only writer all the time. My ultimate goal is to, like, I'm starting this production company, is to hire writers. To how Tyler Perry has his studios, I want to have a studios out here. I want to be able to allow people to have a chance to tell their story into a life being, which I'm supposed to be helping some more people right now. And I'm about to hop on that in a little bit. I've been on here with y'all. I'm about to get some of that work done tonight. And then I want to do the content. I love comedy. I like comedy. So we're going to do a lot of content. And if they can find ways to get some extra money off of it, I would love just to help people do something different that they thought they could never. No, I don't need a casting agency. I have no, okay. I need a production company. Casting, I said I have actors because I was with a group of actors, if that makes sense. I was on like the group things, so I met a lot of people through there. Actors is not a problem. I said I will do casting calls, but I want the production company. I want the director and them stuff to do all that. I don't want to do it. I prefer just to write it, create it, give my vision out, and sit in the back. That's it. I know, but a lot of people think they want money. But that's my vision right now. So my goal was I want to keep people so booked and busy they can't count their blessings. So yes, I want my actors to be booked. I want the production companies to be booked. I want to be like, hey, I do have some people in mind. So there is two people that I said, once I get this grant, I'm coming to get you from your job, and they said they're down, and I trust them, you know. So yeah, I need a tribe. I know what I need. I've asked for help. Don't get me wrong, but I told you when people see something big, and they see the purpose and the presence, they'll either delay you, they'll try to block you, they'll try to act like, oh no, I want to do it myself. And I said, okay, it doesn't make me a difference because either way, people feel like they can stop something what God has in store. I said everything is in God's alignment and timing. So What we doing? You said it's oh, I think it is. Y'all, I just started this. So 2024, I did a couple of movies as an actress. I prefer to be behind the scenes. 2025, we started the movies, so it's going to take a little bit. And then, yeah, at first I was rushing it. I was like, no, I want it to happen. When I set myself a goal, I like it to, but that didn't happen correctly. Oh, this air is dry. So, yeah, but I had to learn. God had to slow me down a little bit. And, hey, we're here. So my social media is growing. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna start being like a coach, but like I want to be a non-traditional motivational speaker because what we've been taught and conditioned to, 22, what we've been conditioned and taught to do and how to act and how to live, some people don't like to follow that. And then I can see it now. I can understand it. And I was just like, oh, there are some people who are meant to live life free. There are some people who are meant to live a 9 to 5. There are some people who are meant to become billionaires. There are some people who are meant to be moguls and stuff, and big bosses. And we just all play a role in this thing that we call life. But once God starts talking to you and calling you for your purpose, you can't ignore it. So I didn't want to come here and be like, oh yeah, I'm starting a production company, and people look at me like, oh how? What do you have done yet? And I'm like, yeah, I just started. So I have this done. I have 2 movies under the other one needs to be edited. I finished editing. I need to finish that, which that costs more money too. And then just getting it on streaming apps. So I'm gonna knock that project out first. Actually, no, I'm gonna start the other stuff. We're gonna start doing skits, y'all. They're gonna be on here and they're gonna be on you on Facebook. I do a lot of comedy. I think that's fun for me. So yeah, we're gonna start it, and that's gonna be because I do series. So I have Build a Ninja, and then I have Jeremy and Sandra's Real Fake Love Story. Those are 2 series I had on Instagram. I kind of put some on here. I'm bringing back my series. A lot of actors like, hey, what we doing? When we gonna do it? I was like, I want to make sure y'all are consistent because once I start, like I am starting already, but like once I get started, ain't no stopping again. Like 2025 was a year of I did a lot last year. 2026 is gonna be way better. So because people are always watching, people are always looking. Like last year, I got to meet Marlon Wayans in person, and I told him, "Hey, my name is Ish. I just started a production company, fairly new, but yeah, I'm trying to, I'm trying to collab or learn or whatever." He said, "Hit him up." I hit him up on Instagram. He did respond once, so I'll take that as a win because he responded once, and he didn't have to. That means I had his attention for 2 seconds. That's a big flex for me, and because I ain't gonna say I'm a nobody, but I'm a ish. So I was like, okay, I got his attention for 1 second. Don't mean they don't have eyes on you because somebody's always watching. Somebody's always like, hey, I think she's ready, or hey, I think you might need to listen to what she got. I don't really I didn't the my biggest goal was I wasn't trying to start a production company. I was just trying to sell my work. So I would write the scripts. I love to write for people. I love to create for people. That's why I call myself a concept creator because I can write music, I can write poetry, I can create you a business that you can run. I can teach you certain things. I can write you a movie thing, or I can do a little bit of everything. But if I can't do it, then I'll try to find somebody who can. That's one thing I do. If I can't, I can find you somebody or connect you with the right people and the right team. So yeah, voila, you got me like that. You got this. This is what IDripIsh. I'm a concept creator slash entrepreneur. That's it. But yeah, I be hustling. I always hustle. I've always like I had a bartending. Me and my homegirl did open up a bartending business back in the day, and we always done that here and there, and then just live life. I'm definitely just doing different things, but I want to make sense. But I don't want to do what everybody else do. There's like you got to make it make sense, make it into a business. I don't know why I'm eating it cold either. I have no idea. And then people like to tell you what to do. And I'm like, okay. What I want to do is sit down and ask God what's next and how is this blueprint supposed to work out? Who you sending? What do we have time for? Do I have a liquor license? Not for a company, but I do. You can do a TABC if you have a Texas alcoholic beverage consumption license. You technically can't sell the alcohol, but you can get tipped. So yeah, I can put you on game. Like that was easy money. That's always easy money. Bartending, easy. I can teach you all bartending all day, every day. Like if I when I get a restaurant, I do plan to open a restaurant. That's one thing that's on my list. I've always wanted to. I'm gonna call it Not Your Mama Biscuits because that's my that's gonna be my little spot. But yeah, you can get a liquor license for that. You can start off with the beer and wine. The beer and wine is easier to get versus the alcohol. Now I can buy alcohol and offer it for free, and they can tip you for it. That's a way to get. But you don't want to do too much. You definitely don't want to lose your license. So yeah, it's just there's always ways of working around things, and depending what you're trying to do with it. So you can serve alcohol, yes. If you have a TABC, you can serve alcohol. You just how you got to watch your consumption and how much you're serving to people, and then for me, it just depends. Like if I'm doing private parties, I make punches. If I'm doing bigger events, I try to keep it. I try to tell them to keep the drinks as minimal as possible, so you can watch what you're serving to, like how many ounces you're serving to one individual. You can serve it as long as you have a TABC. You can serve it. Now, if you're at somebody's house party, you still can help be held accountable. So I tell everybody to get a TABC. Water pop beer. What is that? Is that one of those little can things from the corner store? I don't think I've heard of water pop beer. No, I don't think I've heard of that. Oh, a 2-drink minimum. So okay, so if you have a TABC, you can't technically sell it, but you can give it to somebody. Like you can, here you go. You can offer free alcohol, and then whatever tip they leave you can cover that cost or whatever. Am I a Scorpio? No, I'm a Pisces. It's a New Balance. Okay, look. If you have a TABC, I would suggest getting a DBA, which is a doing business as. Create you a name, costs like under $20, I believe, 20, $30, depending on which state you're in. And then open you a bank account look for which one. I got my business account, open your business account at one of the banks. I got mine at Wells Fargo. I opened that, I think, with 10, $20. And then put your money into that. And then you can use that business as a write-off because then you got gas and you got supplies and then you're traveling. So yeah, I can put you on some game. Shoot. Put you on some game. I think one day when I get out of my head about doing everything and just do what I'm supposed to be doing, God's going to show me some big things. And I'm just like kind of holding on a little bit because life be lifing. So yeah, that's about it. I don't even want the egg. I'm going to eat this sausage though. So do you have a liquor license? Okay, so you need help. I got you. I was in the industry for a good amount of years. Well, I did their books too. I did bookkeeping. I did their auditing, team building and training. I did marketing. My degree is in business management, emphasizing in entrepreneurship. My master's is in human resources. Oh, you have people that you want me to train, or you need somebody to help train. Is that what you're saying? Okay. You can tell what? Oh, about like, look, I think a lot of people look at me like, oh, she's cute, da da da. Like, look, I'm very educated. I just ain't got to go around telling people, like, breaking down my stats. That's just too much. Sort of, kind of. Okay, I got you. Thank you, Philip. I don't know. Tell me, it ain't nothing. I got you. I love helping people. You need a business manager, bet. Say less. I tell people y'all can easily book my services. I can do consulting, which is concept creation, or like whatever you need. Like we'll have a consultation. Tell me what you're looking for. If I feel like I can be a supply to the demand, cool. If not, I can try to find a person or kind of guide you the right way. That's about it. mm, mm, mm. Y'all be tired. I'm about to go now. I got to finish editing a couple of videos and send that out to her tonight. And then I got to help a lady finish writing her script. And then I'm supposed to be doing my stuff too. So, yeah, it's been about a minute, hour or so. All right, y'all. Y'all be safe. What's your name? Yay Akabab? If you hit me up on Instagram, IDripIsh on Instagram, I got you. Oh, because Mama about ready to go take off this wig. And I want to go sleep for a little bit. You said what? I'm pretty. Oh, thank you. You said save your email. Who? Don't put your email on here. Never put your email on the YouTube. You don't have messages? You have Facebook or Instagram? You said wig. Never mind. Baby, I wear wigs. That's one thing I do. I like to switch my wigs a lot. I have hair. Don't get me wrong. I have hair under here. I just washed my hair and it looks like a puff. Well, I kind of braided it down, but we don't need to see that right now. I might do something different with my hair. I'm going to pop out and show people. I'm not going to talk about it. Why do I have to be fake? Oh, because I just like wigs. That's not fake. It's just something I like to wear. I like to wear wigs sometimes. I wear my real hair when it gets really cold out here in Texas, but it's like I'm natural. So it doesn't stay like I do blowouts. It don't stay. You will know the. You got to know that. Oh, you said good women are scarce. So just because a woman wear a wig, she's not a good woman. You said, okay, I'm pretty, but dang, a wig. Gee, I hope you didn't think this is my real hair. Okay, so a wig kind of just like that means you like natural, like women with natural looks. That's cool. Everybody has their own thing. I like to wear wigs and weaves, and I wear my real hair when I want to. I just like to switch my look a lot, so it's just easier for me to wear wigs because I like to. Every day, I might want to wear something different sometimes. Okay, just because I wear wigs doesn't mean I'm fake. I'm still a butt naked potato without this, and my whoever my man will get the honor of seeing, he's still gonna get this butt naked potato. Okay, call me Mrs. Potato Head. The pieces come on and off. You're gonna get what you're gonna get. That doesn't mean I'm fake. That just means I like wearing wigs and weaves. That's just something for me. However I like, and I like to wear my real hair too. Just when it's cold outside out here, because I'm not spending it. It costs a lot of money to keep your natural hair up, and at that point, you might as well put a weave in. If you have a private email, well, yeah, I got people on TikTok that got 10 fake pages of me already, maybe 12 now. But I tell people I got one TikTok page, so I don't know. I can't. Okay. Okay. So fake women are fake. I think you can tell by their personalities that they're fake. But everything else is real, okay? This is natural. But yes, I'm a butt naked potato with or without it, okay? You're gonna get what you're gonna get. I can fix it right now. Hold on, black. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I want to be blonde today. You watching my video? Look, y'all. I don't have to pretend. I don't try to fake the funk. I live life unapologetically, and some people like it, some people don't. Who cares? At the end of the day, I got one life to live, and I'm not gonna be butthurt because somebody don't like my page or like my wigs or my nails or whatever. My mom told me the minute I can pay for my own weave, that you know what I'm saying, that I can wear it. So bet. So I started when I was able to buy my own weaves in college. I like wearing weaves. When she said I can pay for my nails, got my nails done. Hi, child.
What's up, Mom?
We got to do. We're doing our skit on Tuesday. What time you got practice?
I have 5, but I'm probably gonna go so I can actually take a break.
How did you do?
I got fourth in the ring. Like when I was running the 400 at the start of the race, I strained my hamstring. I ended up getting fourth, and then I didn't run the 60 hurdle finals.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
4x4 we got third, and then
You got.
I ended up placing 10th in the 60 hurdles since I didn't run the finals, and then I got third in 4x4 and fourth in open 400.
Okay, you got to lock down. It's lockdown season. That means you didn't have to work today.
I'm not working. I switched to event only,
Oh, okay.
so I'm not probably not gonna be working often for a while.
Oh, thank you, Milad.
All right.
All right. My head is itching. Nice to meet you. Looking forward to you said it. Hey, did you hit me up on Instagram? Hit me up on Instagram. It's nice to meet y'all too. Like, welcome to the page. My name is IDripIsh. So my name is Ishmaelita, but everybody calls me Ish for short. Hence the name IDripIsh. Entrepreneur, motivational speaker, mother of three, and divorcee. Where you going? Oh, I got my nose is tickling. I'm about to sneeze. Okay, I gotta sneeze. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. I'm a genie. Okay, like make a wish. Okay. If you hit me up on Instagram, let's get this party started, y'all. If y'all interested about some jobs or working for the production company, let's go. I have no time to waste this year. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm going to do 2 big movies this year and some side projects. Y'all interested? Let me know. Let me take out these boots too, because baby, I'm about to get comfortable before I get to work and go to bed. Bye, Felicia's. Y'all have a good night. Try to be safe out there. Happy Sunday fun day. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow. I'll try. Yeah. Usually Mondays I do my lives on here in the afternoon around, I think, 1 or 2. Bet. Hi, Trey. Bye, Trey.